in amongst the celebrations at the 2024 British Grand Prix, not everything was all rosy for Lewis Hamilton. And I say that because despite him celebrating with his team, with his fans, and of course his parents as well, which was extremely heartfelt, there was one moment during those celebrations where things looked a bit awkward, things looked a bit frosty. And that was when the president of the FIA, Mohamed bin Sulayem, who I'm going to refer to as MBS now because I really struggle to say his name, guys. I do apologise, but you know what I'm talking about now when I say MBS. Yeah, he came up and gave Lewis Hamilton a handshake, and that was a very awkward handshake, to say the least. That was very much like I'm going to shake your hand here, I don't want to, but I will. And that was kind of mutual from both of them, because, you know, Hamilton is the most famous world champion in F1 history. You know, he's the most famous figure in the sport now, the most successful driver ever, and, you know, for him to get a win after 2.5 years is a huge deal, especially in front of his home crowd, of course. So it's very much like he had to do it to keep appearances, but neither one of them wanted to do it. So my question is, why? Why was Hamilton and MBS so frosty? What's happened to their relationship? What's gone on there? Well, there's a few things that have happened, to say the least, and those that were paying attention in the off-season this season will have seen some pretty damning allegations that came out against MBS. Now, amongst them, the two big ones for me really were the fact that allegedly tried to influence the race results at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in 2023. If you remember that, Alonso initially finished on the podium, was given a penalty, and then that penalty was later rescinded, giving Alonso his first place spot back. Allegedly, MBS tried to influence that and was successful in doing so. Then, later in the year, he also allegedly tried to get the Las Vegas Grand Prix cancelled because the circuit wasn't up to scratch. And there's never been any other explanation for it other than that. Now, obviously, we had those incidents with Carlos Sainz in the drain cover, so maybe he knew something that we didn't. But still, it's pretty damning allegations with a FIA president going to try and influence race results and whether races get on. It's a very heavy-handed and kind of illegal tactic under the FIA's own rules. Now, he was investigated for this and he was found innocent. And I know the cynics out there will say, well, of course he was. He's the president. They're not going to find themselves guilty. And there is a school of thought that would support that. However, the fact is that he remained innocent because of that. But I will get into something that's a lot more damning for him actually as well, because basically MBS tried to allege that Susie Wolff and Toto Wolff. Now, Toto Wolff is, of course, the boss of Mercedes F1. Susie Wolff is the head of Formula 1 Academy, which is like the all-women's series that supports Formula 1. Obviously, they are married. They live together, presumably, and everything. So MBS tried to allege that, sensitive information was leaked from F1 Academy to Mercedes Formula 1 and the other way around too. Now, these complaints, these allegations were eventually withdrawn, and now Susie Wolff is counteracting that as well. But obviously, Hamilton has a very good relationship with the Wolves because he drives for Mercedes Formula 1. Toto Wolff has been one of the most influential figures in his Formula 1 career so far. So they've got a very good relationship. So I imagine that Hamilton took that rather personally. And if you look at some quotes from Hamilton as well, he said things such as when he was asked about MBS being the FIA president, whether he supported him, he said, and I quote, "I never have." Which is, he's not really pulling any punches there. And Hamilton later went on to say, on those allegations that were made against MBS and him being found innocent, he said, in this sport, within the FIA, there is a real lack of accountability. We need accountability because there are things going on behind closed doors and there is a lack of transparency. This is necessary for the fans. If you don't have that, how can you trust the sport and the situation? Which I think is absolutely fair comment, and it alludes to other things that we don't know about. Things in the world of Formula 1 that we're not privy to, that Hamilton might have heard rumours about and can't speak about for reasons that we don't know. So, yeah, that is why they don't get on. And I totally understand it. I don't know how long MBS is going to stay in power at the FIA. It's an interesting organisation to say the least, and I'm not going to speculate on that. But, at the very least, even the biggest MBS supporters have to realise that this guy's an extremely controversial figure, and being not so much an enemy, but being not friends and not on good terms with the most popular Formula 1 driver out there on the grid right now is not a good look. You want to be friends with them. But that's not going to happen. So yeah, that's why there was the frosty reception. That's why they don't get on. That's why there was that awkward handshake. And I don't think we've heard the end of this, to be honest with you. I'm sure this will get picked up eventually. But yeah, it's something that not many people are talking about. And I'm surprised, to be honest. But anyway, guys, what do you think about the situation? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, did you enjoy the British Grand Prix? I certainly did. Check out our other videos as well on that, because there's a few more on our channel that I've uploaded in the previous days too. So yeah, for more content from the world of Formula 1, do keep it tuned here to the F1chronicle.com.